How true is the saying, don't chase men? The right guy, if he likes you, will chase you, and why do so many older women think this way? No one should be chasing anyone. If you are interested in dating someone, regardless of gender, ask them out. If they say no, then leave them alone. It is 100 that simple. We're at a point where most guys aren't going to chase. You shouldn't chase, but you man and woman should approach if that helps. The funny thing I've noticed is if a woman finds someone very attractive, they will definitely chase him. He'll ask a man out if I know his answer is yes, because our feelings are obviously mutual based on our interactions. Chasing implies the interest is low to non-existent, and you're going for it anyhow. Hell no. Chasing is not a thing anymore, since that's the easiest way to get a restriction order. If a man or woman says no, it means no. End of the story. You might think that they are playing hard to get, but maybe it is just you playing hard to get rid of. Women and men should be comfortable reaching out for people they are interested in. There is nothing wrong with showing emotions such as attraction, curiosity, etc. for another person. If things don't work, just communicate your feelings and end things. I'm early 40s, so I'm in the same demographic. I firmly believe this too. Anytime I've asked a man out, I've been rejected. I have a feeling this will not be a popular comment, but it is true to my own life experience. I've seen men asked if they want to be approached, and it's almost a unanimous yes. However, this isn't something that transfers well to real-life situations. One man did answer that he didn't like it because he assumed there might be something wrong with her, or that she must be desperate easy to go around asking men out. He liked women to flirt with him, but to require a chase, so he feels like she's of higher value. This tracks to me from my own experience. Even in a relationship, I find that some men react negatively to me initiating SWX. The same man also complained that I don't initiate enough, but when I do, it's not received well and am rejected. I believe there's a disconnect between how they imagine it in a fantasy and how they actually react to it with a real-life person. Another thing I believe is that once a man is done with you, that's it. There's very little a woman can do to win back a man who has his eyes focused elsewhere. They're either into you or are they aren't. Old school mentality that doesn't apply anymore. There's still some gender role stuff that happens. He'll often pay for the first date, and I like to hold doors open. It's fun to treat a lady like a lady. Having a hard rule though, like I'm a woman, so a man will come to me when it's time, is setting yourself up for failure. Every situation is different. Sometimes y'all be chased, sometimes y'all need to work a little to get someone's attention. As a guy, I've had a girl hand me their number without asking, and it led to a relationship that lasted over a year. You never know what will turn into something real. I dislike that saying TBH. As a 21M, if a woman asked me out, I'd be bewildered for a second, cause like I'd be curious why. But I would say yes. I wouldn't say just say nothing and run from it or ghost them. I might take a minute to respond cause my social anxiety spiked, but that would be about it. Women by and large still don't pursue men, so it's not really an old-fashioned thing, it's still the existing modern-day standard. And plenty of young women are on board with it. Personally, I think if we're getting rid of gender roles, then we should get rid of them. This societal picking and choosing and only keeping the ones that benefit one gender isn't really healthy. It's part of the reason why both genders are increasingly dropping out of the dating game altogether. But that's not going to happen because feminism is what's dictating the pace of change, and there's very little impetus within it to place more societal obligation and pressure on women, so it won't happen. 23M. My first GF a year ago asked me out over the phone. I was flattered and jumped right in. The current girl I'm dating reached out to me on Bumble. When most girls ghost me even after matching, this is a big green flag for me. We young men see a lot of hostility on the internet, what with insulting terms like manspreading, mansplaining. I've seen so much stuff about women taking advantage of men, using them for free dinners, etc. It scares us too, especially when I'm looking for a long-term relationship to be emotionally vulnerable in. I would consider myself a 610 in looks, though I have a healthy body. People consider me pleasant, funny, a good conversationist and insightful. I'm proud of my good qualities, so it feels great when a woman recognizes that early on. Nothing wrong with expressing interest, of a little flirting to show interest. You can't expect men to just bang down your door with no clue you are interested. Sorry to say, in the 40 to 50 plus market you're going to have to step it up, or lose men to other women who do. Long gone are the days of being around mostly single men who will fight for your attention without the slightest sign of interest on your part. Too many of us women got burned by chasing a guy we wanted who didn't want us. The whole relationship will feel like being unwanted all the time and have low self-esteem. The guy gets a power trip from you chasing, and you feel degraded over time. Even winning him is a lose because now you're committed to more years of chasing. Mutual chasing, on the other hand, is fine. and it won't even feel like chasing. Been there, done that. It's of no use, and I got nothing except wasting my time. For one girl, maybe I should have kept many options at a time. Once you get into your 40s, you realize that chasing men is exhausting and invariably ends in heartache. Allowing a man to demonstrate his interest and work a little to get your attention ensures that he's invested and attracted to you. You're totally correct. If you find somebody you like, go and approach them. Men love that kind of stuff. You'll probably get farther anyway. Because our generation of men felt emasculated by this, because they were full of toxic masculinity. I would like to think that men have evolved a little, so that the younger generations of men are less like that, and us older ladies wouldn't know that because we're not interacting with them. After going through 3 consecutive terrible relationships where the woman pursued me first, I will immediately distrust the intentions of any woman who makes the first move. The best approach to me would be dropping hints and never acting on them, but being receptive if he catches on and acts on your hints. But that's just me. Non-traumatized men might be really appreciative of women making the first move. I know I certainly used to be. Gonna catch 'em all.